Hi everybody, this is Rosa with Deer Families, and I'm here with Sharon's family this Saturday afternoon, October 24th, and we have Sharon and her two daughters, Lana and Shae, and we also have Lana's baby. He's just now stepping on the patio and grabbed a carrot. We've got him with us too. They stopped by and came to my door asking for these apple and carrot snacks. Shae has a little 5-month-old fawn, and I'm gonna peek around the corner and see if he's back there. I don't see, he normally is just following his mom. I don't see him. I'm curious where he is. He might be sitting in the trees. Sometimes he sits in the trees and waits for her to get her snack. She's just finishing nursing him and he doesn't always want his snacks, but you can tell Lana's young. He's already snacking with the adults now. So here they are. They just finished their snack. This family of deer come to me each day asking for snacks. They are a part of a large whitetail deer herd that live in this small town, which is on a lake in central Texas. This is not a waterfront property. We're about a mile from the lake, so I leave water out here for them to drink each day. They've already drinking half that bowl today. I'll fill that up again here with fresh water soon. And this is a small town with green patches of land and houses all intertwined. And the neighbors that live here feed the deer like I do, carrots and pears, and they also leave water out. Here's the water bowl my neighbor has left out. Everyone here cherishes these deer that I've met. But this small town is developing fast, so I have decided to document their lives as their homes are developing, and follow this family. I hope they will always have a home here, even throughout the development. They're very sweet animals and brighten the day of those who live around them. And I also wanted to document them to learn about them. I struggled to find good information about whitetail deer. Most of it is for hunters, and I just wanted to learn about them, not hunt them. So I'm doing a little study just to learn about their behavior. And one thing I have learned is the family stay together. The family of does stay together. You'll see a mother and her daughters from past seasons still together. And the young bucks move on after they grow up. So you'll see families of does staying together. And then you'll see the bucks, they travel together after they leave their mom and their aunts and their grandma. This family here consists of 3 generations. The grandmother, her daughter, and then her daughter's children. or fawn. So that's Lana looking at us. And this is her little boy. So I find that really interesting, and I've also learned the family of does cooperate and look after each other's young while the other are feeding when they can. And sometimes you see the young with the grandmother while the daughters are both off, the moms are both off feeding. I've also learned they're highly intelligent and communicate very well. They come straight to my door and they ask for treats by nodding their head and pointing it to the ground. So that's their way of saying, please put the food on the ground. It's just cute and very smart of them. I'm sure you've seen them do that in videos. And it's smart of them to be able to ask for treats because they are losing their habitat, and it does help for them to have supplemental fruits and vegetables since there are no more wild berries, or the wild fruit are diminishing. We do still have some wild fruit growing on cactus here. I'm not sure if deer eat that. That's something I want to research, and I'm curious if they get any nutrition out of that. Let's see, who is this right here? This is Shae. What's also interesting is I've learned these families of does that travel together have rival families where they compete for territory and food. And the younger and bigger does do a lot of the battling with the rival families. This here is Shae. She's the biggest doe and one of the younger ones of Sharon's family. And she chases off and charges and jumps on rival families that come here trying to get food. And she's very strong, very fast, and she can jump pretty high because she's taller than a lot of does. So she's, out of Sharon's family, she's the warrior. And that's a pretty big job to have. Lana, she's not only a mom, but she's also a warrior. So that's two very big jobs to have. And this is her little boy who's come to the scene. She and her sister Lana both had two males this year. So they are gonna have bucks. These guys, when they grow up, they'll join the other bucks in this community, in this herd. What I've learned is if they had had a female, the female would stay with them, and then their group would be even bigger, their group of does, and stronger, and they'd have more defense and more territory. But since they had males, their size, their group that they travel with, their family size will stay the same, which is 5. They currently have 4 female does in this family. Sharon, the oldest, and then her 3 daughters, Kyla, Lana, and Shae. Kyla did not have any fawn this year, this last spring. She has an injured back hoof, and I wonder if that inhibits her from mating. I really do not know. She runs and jumps just like the rest of them, but she does limp sometimes. Aren't these two sweet? That's Shae and her son. But Kyla, she babysat these 2 little guys when their moms were feeding. So She cooperated and supported her sisters this year. I often saw Kyla walking up with her sisters' babies while her sisters were eating. But I know these are their fawn because they were nursing. They nursed them, and Kyla did not nurse. So they're hanging out. He's wondering if I'll give him a snack, but I don't have any more fruit to give them this time. They're smelling the area and probably learning who's been through here. We've had, since I live on a corner, I'm a thoroughfare for a lot of the deer in this herd as they pass through and travel throughout this community. So this group of females comes to my door each day for treats, and they initiated that, and they've once I moved in, they initiated that, and we've been in that routine, and I'm happy to support them because I realize their habitat is diminishing, and that means their food supply is diminishing. So they could use a little support. Okay, here's Kyla. She just arrived. She got here a little later than the rest. She's the one with the injured hoof. And I am gonna chop her up. As you can see, she kind of picks it off the ground and rests it. It's this one right here. I'll zoom in on it so y'all can see it. So, I'm gonna chop her up in apples. She didn't get anything, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm gonna feed Kyla by hand so nobody eats it before she can. And she knows the routine. Lana wants some too, but they had theirs, and let's see, Lana's gonna try and take it too. But she had some, and I guess she's gonna get a bite too because she's working for it so hard. Kyla got here late and she didn't get any when the rest did. Lana is very eager to get a bite. I just threw another piece down for her. If I just threw this on the ground for Kyla, they'd all eat it up before she could get it. And they've all eaten. So I have to put it right up to her mouth. I love this little girl, Lana. I can't resist giving her little one. Lana, you already got yours. You got yours. You got yours, sweetie. She's an angel. But she ate already. So Kyla got a little. And if I had more, I'd give her more, but I've got limited supply. And the good thing is I'm not the only neighbor giving them fruit. So I'm not sure if they're going to hang out around my house or move on to another spot. After they snack at my house, they often go into the empty lot next to it. That's one of their homes. It's full of cedar trees. Or they go to the empty lot across the street. That's another one of their homes. And then there's another empty lot in front of my house. They go and hang out in. Look how sweet that is. Two sisters cleaning each other. Actually, that might be Sharon, her mom. Yep, that's Sharon, the mother. So that's Sharon, the taller one there, with her daughter Kyla, and they're cleaning each other after eating. So this is one family that I'm documenting and following the lives of. And Beth is another doe that has young. She's Sharon's family's rival family. And I haven't seen her today. She came by yesterday for a snack with her young, which she travels with her daughter Crystal from last year and her male fawn from this year, who is just about 5 months old. She hasn't been by today. Here's Kyla. So that's her little injured hoof, and she manages very well with it. As you can see, she's scratching her ear with it. She can jump just as high as the other does, even with that injured hoof, and she can run just as fast. I hear something in this lot. It may be a bird or maybe another deer. I'm just looking a little closer. Out of curiosity, I don't see another deer in there. We're in rut now, so when I see this family of does, there's usually a male behind them who's interested in them. But I don't see one today. There's usually a buck trailing these doe families during rut. So it's a cool October here in Central Texas. This is our first cool front we've had all year. It's late October and the temperatures have fallen into the 60s and 70s, which is a welcome break from the blazing sun we've had. So today Beth's family didn't arrive when they were here, and that allowed for peaceful feeding time, and this family is able to hang out without having to compete for this territory, which is nice. When that happens, they might just hang out here all day. I've noticed that. And I'm gonna end the video now because it's been 20 minutes, and I will capture them when they arrive here tomorrow and give y'all any updates that's occurred in between. Bye from Rosa with Deer Families.